Anaya had always been the quiet girl in class. She didn't like drawing attention to herself. While other students laughed loudly, made jokes, and gossiped during breaks, Anaya would usually be seen sitting alone, reading something or sketching in her notebook. Her silence wasn't sadness. It was strength. She had dreams bigger than her small town could hold. She was born in a modest neighborhood where most girls were taught one thing: grow up, learn to cook, get married early, and take care of your in-laws. That was the dream, the expectation, and the rule. But Anaya's mind was wired differently. Her father, Mr. Ralph, was a mechanic who worked hard at a garage from morning till evening. Her mother, who had studied only till class 6, earned money by sewing clothes. The family of 4 lived in a one-bedroom rented house. Life was tough, but they were honest and close-knit. Her parents couldn't give her luxury, but they gave her values. One day, when Anaya was 13, she accompanied her father to the garage. A customer had come with a car issue and asked her father to check the engine. As her father worked, the customer sat inside and opened his laptop. That was the first time Anaya saw someone typing on a laptop. She watched the glowing screen in awe, noticing how the man's fingers danced across the keyboard. That day, something changed in her. At school, there was an old computer lab with broken chairs and only 3 working computers. Once a week, students were taken there for computer class. While many treated it like free time, Anaya paid attention. She didn't understand most of what the teacher said, but she stared at the screen, memorizing every button, every screen. From that day on, she started dreaming of becoming a computer programmer. She told her friends. They laughed. "You think you'll become a coder? Maybe next you'll say you'll work at NASA," one said, and the whole group burst into laughter. Even some teachers gave her that look, the kind that says dreams are fine, but know your place. But she wasn't discouraged. Every rupee she saved went to the local cyber cafe. There, she would sit for 30 minutes watching free YouTube tutorials on basic programming. She didn't have a laptop, so she practiced on paper. She wrote code by hand. She copied lines from the video and memorized what each line did. Years passed. She finished school with decent marks, but not enough to get a scholarship into a top college. Her family couldn't afford private institutions. She gave entrance exams twice, failed both times. Relatives started talking. "Just get her married," an aunt whispered to her mother. "What's the use of trying again and again? It's not like she's going to become something big." Her parents were hurt but silent. Anaya felt like a disappointment, but that silence, those whispers, didn't break her. They fueled her. On her 3rd try, she got admission to a small government engineering college in a different city. It wasn't famous. In fact, many students there had come only because they had no other option. But for Anaya, it was a second chance. She packed her small bag, hugged her mother, and promised her father, "One day, you'll be proud of me." Her hostel life wasn't easy. Her roommates came from better backgrounds. They had expensive phones, smartwatches, and laptops. Anaya had a basic phone and an old second-hand laptop gifted by her father's friend. It was slow, the battery was broken, and she had to keep it plugged in all the time. But to her, it was a treasure. To support herself, she took a part-time cleaning job at a nearby PG-paying guest house. She cleaned bathrooms, changed bedsheets, and washed dishes in the evenings. At night, she studied and coded. While others partied on weekends, she sat in the corridor near the hostel Wi-Fi router, attending free online coding boot camps and downloading tutorials. She built small projects, made notes, and asked questions on tech forums. She didn't care about her social image, she only cared about her growth. In her 2nd year, she created her first app. It was a simple to-do list app, but when it worked for the first time, she smiled like she'd just won a war. That night, she didn't sleep. She stared at her screen, line by line, feeling proud. Soon, she started freelancing. She signed up on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, offering small services, bug fixing, basic websites, and app designs. Her first client paid her $10. She cried holding the money. With each month, she got better. She earned more. She started sending money home, first 1,000 Indian rupees, then 3,000 Indian rupees, and later 5,000 Indian rupees. Her father stopped doing heavy mechanic work and started supervising younger workers. Her mother no longer had to sew day and night. In her final year, the college announced a national-level hackathon. It was sponsored by a top tech company. Teams from all over India were participating. Anaya wanted to register, but she had no team. No one wanted to pair with the quiet girl who cleaned floors at night, so she registered alone. The hackathon theme was technology that changes lives. Participants had 48 hours to design and build something useful. Anaya didn't panic. She took a deep breath and began. She built a mobile app that connected women in rural areas to verified online job opportunities and mentors. It allowed them to learn digital skills, find freelance work, and earn from home. It also had a safety feature and SOS alert button for emergencies. She designed the UI, wrote the backend code, tested the features, and submitted the project alone. At the end of the event, judges went around checking projects. Some teams had fancy presentations, branded t-shirts, and slideshows. When the judges came to her table, they were surprised. "You did this alone?" One asked. "Yes," she said. "Where's your team?" She smiled. "You're looking at it." They tested her app. It worked. It was simple, functional, and powerful. That evening, the results were announced. Third prize went to an IIT team. Second prize to a well-known private university. First prize? Anaya Ralph from National Technical College, awarded for her solo innovation and powerful social impact app. The hall erupted in applause. Anaya stood on stage, shaking hands with the CEO of a major tech firm. Cameras flashed. Her name was suddenly everywhere. The same classmates who once laughed now looked at her with respect. Her college principal, who barely noticed her before, called her an inspiration. Offers started pouring in: internships, jobs, partnerships. She received a scholarship from an international coding academy. Within a year, she was working full-time as a software engineer at a top company. She moved to a new city, rented a clean apartment, and brought her parents to live with her. Her father, the garage mechanic, now rested in a cozy home. Her mother, once surrounded by cloth pieces and threads, now had a garden to tend. But Anaya didn't stop there. She launched a free online platform called CodePath, where girls from small towns could learn to code for free in local languages. Within a year, more than 10,000 girls had joined. Some got internships, some built apps, and some finally started to believe in themselves. One day, a girl messaged her from her hometown. "Didi, I saw your story on YouTube. I also want to learn coding. People say I can't do it, but I want to try. Will you help me?" Anaya replied immediately, "Of course, you can, and I will help," because she remembered how it felt to be laughed at, underestimated, and left out. But she also remembered what it felt like to rise. Moral of the story: it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how far you're willing to go. The world will laugh. Let it. Keep walking. One day, your success will silence every doubt. Just like Anaya, you can change everything.